Hi friends, today I'll be talking about one very important thing that is required to handle your projects very well. I'm not going to talk about the framework or the structure of how to manage the projects because there are various frameworks and structures that you can adapt which suits you to handle your project, whether it's a waterfall model, an agile model, or a hybrid, or the next best practices. But one thing that really sets apart an average project manager from a great performing project manager, and that is the mindset of a project manager. The mindset is one of the most important ingredients you need to become a very successful project managers. When I started my journey as a project manager, I used to get stuck up in so many things and get irritated. But my boss would come to me and tell me that, Pratik, it's not the framework that you are using, but how you handle it. What is your attitude? What is your mindset to the problem that you are facing defines you that how successful you are going to be as a project manager, whether it is a simple project or a complex project. So let us deep dive and see how a mindset of a successful project manager looks like. When we talk about any projects, a project will have certain things as a flow, and they are going to be in the form of C, D, E, F. Conceptualize, design, execute, and finish. In modern terms, we also call it as initiating, planning, executing, monitoring and controlling, and then closing it at the end. These 5 steps are going to be there in all the projects. But what will define to have a mindset as a project manager is that how much you are able to adapt to any change, how you see the problems, how you see people criticizing you, are you able to take feedback from the people and implement it, how you see a problem, and are you a person who is going to come forward and resolve that problem. These are the factors that defines you, that whether you have a different mindset to be a successful project manager. And here are some of the questions that I will ask and try to answer it in the way you handle your projects. And this will be able to give you a very fair idea that what type of mindsets you have, whether you have a growth oriented mindset in a project or you have a fixed mindset. And once you identify that, you can start working on it. So let me ask you certain questions and please try to answer it honestly. Are you a project manager who strives to tackle the problem head on with a positive sense and with a positive attitude and strive for excellence and improvement? Do you communicate positively on your projects to all the stakeholders with a can-do attitude and tone? How do you react when you hear about certain issues or problems that has occurred in the project? Are you a person who takes it head on, how to resolve that problem? Are you a project manager who takes full responsibilities of the things that are happening, who takes full ownership and does not blame anyone, but rather takes the full control and ownership? How do you rate yourself when it comes to managing various aspects of the project? How you handle the issues, the risk of the project, how you engage the stakeholders? Do you understand the various parameters of the project on which the project is going to be successful? Do you manage your time very well so that you can spend your time with the team and with the project efficiently on various aspects of it where it needs attention? I would request you to please think over these questions, that how you think as a project manager, because these questions will really help you understand the mindset that you have and what you need as a project manager. Now, once you have thought about it, if you feel very positive on these questions, then trust me, you are having a growth mindset. And if you have a growth mindset, nobody can stop you to deliver your project successfully. And apart from this, here are the 4 things that I would say that if you are a project manager with a growth mindset, you can have these as a very focus areas, and then you will be able to really deliver your projects really well. Number 1 is, how do you take the feedback and improvement areas of the project? Are you somebody who is willing to learn from the mistakes, take feedback from the team members, incorporate all those feedbacks to the project that you're doing right now, rather than waiting for the next project to come, because learning has to be amplified. So are you doing your retrospections properly? This is something that focuses a lot on the growth mindset of a project manager. The second thing which I feel, which you can really focus on, how you handle the issues and risk of the projects. One of the most important characteristics of a project manager with a growth mindset is that how they see issues and problems. Do they frown too much, or do they see it as a challenge for improvement and to deliver it? So if you're able to handle your risk and issues, then trust me, you have that growth mindset. And the third, which I feel the most important thing, is that how you engage your stakeholders. The stakeholders' engagement and involvement in their project is the most important factor that you have. Let us take an example. When I was doing my project on banking infrastructure, there were some of the problems that I was facing, but what I did is that I kept the stakeholders involved, and they knew what the problem was. And then, because I kept them involved throughout the projects, they accepted my deliverables at that point of time. So if you involve your stakeholders very well, and if you're able to reason things down, the stakeholders will also buy your point. And trust me, it will help you to deliver the project, deliver the things that you want to deliver. So ladies and gentlemen, to summarize, I would like to say that having a growth mindset is very important, because we may come across a lot of architectures, lot of frameworks, hybrid model, best practices, so many things. But until and unless we have that attitude to deliver the project with that growth mindset, it's not going to help much. And this concept that I have taken has come very much from this mindset book, because I really apply this mindset concept, which is written by Carol S. Dweck, in the project that I do. And trust me, it has really impacted me a lot. So a project manager with a growth mindset is always an add-on. And trust me, if you have this, nobody can stop you to become a successful project manager.